everyone, my name is Mindy. I'm a yoga teacher here in Chicago, and thanks for tuning into my class. Most of you know me because either you're my friend or you're my student and my friend, or you've been forwarded this by somebody who's my friend. We are going to do an hour class today. I'm not going to include music in any of my classes. I'm going to let you guys either play music or choose not to. This will be a basic Vinyasa Flow class. Nothing fancy. We aren't going to do arm balances or anything like that. But it will be, basic doesn't mean easy. So make sure that, first of all, you're moving and you're breathing, that you modify anytime you need to, and I will try to cue modifications. Child's pose, which is where we'll start today, is an option anytime you're tired. So please take child's pose. Of course, you can hello. You can pause the video. I do want to say also, I'll be right back, that if you need a block and you don't have one, you can use a sturdy box or a stack of books, which is what I'm going to use today. I would also have water and a towel available. The hard part about the stack of books is that it doesn't move very easily. So if you have a box, that would be probably the best thing, just a block-size box. So just make sure that it's very sturdy if you lean on it. But we'll try to do most things that don't require blocks. So. And you'll probably hear my loud husband on conference calls in the background, and there may be an appearance by my daughter Avery and my dog Louie the Pomeranian. So let's get started. We're going to start in child's pose. So we're going to get into our mat with our big toes to touch, knees slightly separated, or actually widely separated. You want to snuggle your rib cage between your legs here. I'm actually going to go this way today, just for fun. All right, let's do that. And you can use any arm that you want in child's pose. You guys can see me. Yeah. You can I like to take my arms wide because my shoulders are kind of tight. Putting my forehead on the mat. If that doesn't work for you, you can stack your fists and put your forehead there, so you want to be able to relax in this pose. So, inhaling and exhaling. Turn off my sound. Start to work into Ujjayi breathing. That's what I cue in this class. So let's take 4 breaths together here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Like you're fogging up a mirror. Inhale. And exhale, open your mouth. Make a little sound of like the leaves blowing through the trees in the back of your throat. 2 more of those. Breath in. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And if it works for you, work into Ujjayi breathing, inhales and exhales through your mouth, or through your nose, with a little texture, a little vibration in the back of your throat that makes your breath audible so that you can, it's your focal point for your practice today. But if that doesn't work, just choose some rhythmic breath that works for you. So let's walk our hands over to the right side of the mat, off the mat, really reaching with the left side body, reaching with the left hand, stretching. You can put your forehead down or just leave it hovering. Breathe into the left side. And when you're done there, go ahead and walk over to the other side. Breathe. There's one thing about practicing at home on the floor, you realize just how dirty your floor is. Okay, we'll take care of that later. Nice. Breathe, breathe, breathe into the right body. Nice. Then come back through center into table pose. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Turn the inner elbows toward the front of the mat and the triceps to the back. That's the same rule for downward dog. So let's take an inhale. Drop your bottom ribs down. Tilt your pelvis forward. Pull your shoulders back. That's cow pose. And big exhale. Press into your thumbs, to your pads of your fingers even. Really distribute the weight. Curl your, round your spine. Let's do that again. Inhale for cow. Broaden through the chest, pull your hands and knees actively together, and exhale, push them away from each other. forward cat pose. So moving through cat-cow with your breath. Inhale, spinal extension, and exhale, spine flexion. And then take 3 or 4 more of those breaths. Maybe creating some shapes. Good morning, morning. Creating some shapes with your body, moving your neck, your shoulders, your hips around, moving to circles and figure eights. It's getting into the corners of the body, getting into those joints and moving them the way they're supposed to be moving. Nice. All right, go ahead and find a neutral table pose. I want you to take your right hand forward with the palm facing the midline, thumb up, and your left leg back. Try to turn your left hip down. I'm not going to focus a ton on alignment, but I do want you to be safe. So just make sure that your belly is always nice and tucked in to support your spine in poses like this. Breathe here. Try not to dump into your shoulder. Press into that left hand actively. We're going to hold this for 3 more breaths. This is really, really good for your spine, for all the muscles in the torso. And switch. Left hand, right leg. Again, pressing into your right hand a lot. And if the heels of your hand, or if the wrists start to bother you, you can grab the mat with the pads of your fingers. And that kind of pulls the weight out of the wrist. Really, again, try to focus on distributing that weight in your hands. We'll hold here for 2 more breaths. Looking straight down, don't let your chin drop. And don't look in front of you, nice long spine. 1 more inhale, and exhale, right back down. Move your hands forward. I like to turn my hands out a little bit, again, to create some room for my shoulders. Curl your toes. Lift your hips for your first downward dog. Send your heels down, so take some movement, again, here in your downward dog. Check back in with your breath. Press your chest and your heart center toward your thighs and knees. Distribute that weight into the knuckles and the pads of your fingers. And just like in our cat-cow, you want to turn your inner elbows toward the front of the mat and your triceps to the back. That makes it broad through your upper back. Nice. 1 more inhale. Come forward to plank. So you should be in plank with your wrists behind your shoulders just by a couple of inches. And always keep that tush up at about the height of your shoulders. You don't want to drop down. Let's come back into down dog. Nice. 2 more of those. Inhale. About to have a wardrobe malfunction. Exhale. Inhale, back to plank. And exhale, down dog. And then walk your feet up to your hands. Take as many steps as you need. Bend your knees a decent amount. Take ragdoll pose. So you can grab elbows here. I always just like to let my hands hang. You really want to keep your legs bent here a lot. Okay? Because if you lock out your knees in your flexion, it's all going to be absorbed in your lumbar spine. That's really not good for it. Nice. And so we're going to do a roll up from your mid-back, not from your low back. So put your hands on your thighs, round your upper to mid-back, and push into your thighs. Then roll up. Articulating that thoracic spine, roll your shoulders back and down. All right, we're going to start out with some sun salutations. Feel free to skip the chaturanga at any time. Skip the whole thing and just go to downward facing dog. All right, so we'll do the first one nice and slow. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, flat back, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. You're going to press your hands against your thighs, tabletop your back. Exhale, plant your hands and step back for high plank. So you can just shift into downward facing dog immediately if you'd like. Okay, otherwise, actually, don't do that. Let's have everyone lower down. So if you need to, use your knees and lower all the way down to your belly. Nice. Take Sphinx pose. Toes down, thighs pressing down, elbows and hands pressing down, and pull your elbows back. Yeah, breathe. Lengthen. You should feel this in your abdominal and a little in your low back, but not a bunch. Nice. Let's drag those hands back to underneath the shoulders. Pull your elbows back. Activate those upper back muscles. Inhale, float up. Low cobra. Lengthen your neck, relax your shoulders, and exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift, and exhale down. We're going to lift our hands up. I'm not going to talk through this because it's too hard to do. So inhale, lift, float your fingers, breathe, activate your upper back, press your, I said I wasn't going to talk, oh well, and come all the way down. Press your toes down in that. And then float, so you can do either Sphinx or Cobra again, or bring the heels of your hands back by your bottom rib. Pull your elbows together. Inhale, float up. Take your thighs up off the mat if you want for your first upward dog. Pull your shoulders back. Exhale, either roll over your toes, or if that doesn't feel good, just flip your feet to your down dog. Breath in. Exhale. Yeah, through the mouth. Do 1 more of those. Breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Shake your head out. Nice. So we're going to move through a few more of those. I'm just going to do 2. I'll do 3 more. If you want to do some additional sun salutations, just pause the video. So lift your heels. Take a big inhale. Bend your knees. At the bottom of your exhale, step to the top of the mat. Now take your next inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, soften your knees, bow forward. Inhale, Tadasana. Float up, nice and strong here. Reach up. Let's take a side bend to the right. You can grab your wrist and let the hip drop out. Inhale through center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, reach up. Let's take a baby back bend, and you're going to do that by pressing your hips forward. Put your hands on your hips here. Push your hips forward. Lift up. Nice. And then come into neutral. Bring your palms together. Let's set an intention. I should have done that before. So take a moment to set an intention for your practice. Don't overthink it. It can be just to move and breathe. You can send some good juju out into the world, or maybe it's to do yoga every day while you're more homebound. So take a moment to set your intention. And let's set our intention with a community breath. So let's seal our intention. Take an inhale through the nose. Set that intention, exhale. All right, 3 Sundays, moving with breath. You can skip the vinyasas or part of them. Inhale, Tadasana, float up. Exhale, forward fold. You can push the walls away, or you can bring your hands through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift, tabletop your back. Exhale, strong. Plant your hands, step back to high plank. Inhale, shift forward, use your knees if you need to. Chaturanga, lower to the height of your elbows or all the way to your belly. It's really up to you. Then float into your upward dog. You can use Cobra or Sphinx also. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, because I have some low back issues, I take a wider up dog. My feet are nice and wide. Helps me get a better spinal extension. All right, 2 more. Inhale, lift your heels. Finish your exhale. Top of mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, stand, nice and strong. Strong and firm belly. Exhale, side bend to the right. Moving with your breath. Inhale through center. Side bend to the left. Nice. Inhale, reach up. Let's do that back bend. Cactus your arms. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga to the height of your elbows or to the mat. Foot to the tops of your feet. Choose your back bend. Look up. Big exhale as you use your core and your legs to transition from your back bend to down dog. So use the belly and the back as well as the legs, not just your arms. All right, 1 more. Lift your heels. Take a big inhale. If you're going to jump, grab the mat with the pads of your fingers. So inhale, lift your heels. Finish your exhale, and then float to the top of the mat. Nice. Find some length on your inhale. Exhale, bow. Inhale, Tadasana, sweep up, nice and tall. And we're just going to go straight back down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, shift. Exhale, chaturanga. Back bend of choice. Exhale, down dog. Breath in. And as you exhale, press the chest a little closer to the thighs. Press your hands down and forward like you're trying to stretch that mat forward. Nice. Perfect. So bring your feet maybe a little closer together. Inhale, float your right leg up behind you. Nice. Let's open up here. So stack your hips over to the right. You can keep your legs straight or you can bend your knee. Try not to dump into that left arm. Press actively into it. On your next inhale, extend your leg and square your hips. On your exhale, step through behind your right wrist. Ground your left heel down. This is Anjaneyasana. So lift up, lean your pelvis forward. If this bothers your kneecap, you can grab a towel. You can also double up your mat like that. So leaning forward, stretching into your left hip flexor, pressing actively into your right leg. And then inhale, float up. Now if this bothers your low back, go ahead and place your hands on your knees and hold here. Also maybe isometrically pull your right heel backward to really activate your right hamstring and get a deeper stretch into your hip flexor. Nice. Now look down, take your left hand inside your right knee, put some pressure on it so that you can curl your toe and lift your kneecap without hurting your knee, and then look up, easy twist, breathe. Nice, take an inhale here, and on your exhale, look down, touch down, step back, take a vinyasa if you would like. Or feel free, you'll see me skipping some vinyasas and waiting for you guys. Breath in, and exhale. Inhale, float your left leg up and back. Nice. Breathe here, open up. Leave that leg straight if you want. You can circle your ankle, you can bend your knee, whatever feels good here. Please just listen to your body. Our bodies are really good at telling us what to do and what they need. We're just not so good at listening. Take an inhale and extend your leg. Exhale, step through behind your left wrist and ground your right knee down. Nice. Coming up into Anjaneyasana on this side. Pressing your hips forward, but if you start to feel too much pressure in your low back, just back off of that a little bit. Keep your hands here. You can press down to support you. Nice. Press into the top of the foot here. Or inhale to lift. Breathe. Try to find some length in the front side of the body. And even though it feels counterintuitive a little bit, bring your pubic bone slightly towards your belly button. Relax your shoulders, turn your pinkies in, take an inhale. And on your exhale, take your right hand inside your left foot, relax your toes. Curl your right toes, lift your knee. Easy twist. Really good twist for the mid to upper back. Also try to look up at your hand, working on a little cervical spine mobility. And try not to dump onto that left leg. Really lengthen. Take an inhale, look down, touch down. See if you can step back without piking up too much. And take a vinyasa if you'd like. Or just shift to down dog. Breathe. Every time you come to down dog, check back in with your breath. Do a quick body scan. And remind yourself why you came to the mat. All right, lift your heels, take a big breath in. Bend your knees, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, bow forward. Inhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Palms together, exhale, hands to heart center. Nice. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink your hips for chair pose. So I'm going to get a drink real quickly because my throat gets dry from talking so much. Nice. Now feet can be hip width apart or big toes touching with a little sliver of light between your heels. Your spine is neutral in chair. Okay, so you're not sticking your butt out, you're not curling it under. It's just like you were standing. But put your butt back. Your weight, again, is in your heels. You can float your hands up if that feels good. If you have nice open shoulders, you can drop your head and put your palms together. I don't usually do that. Nice. Take an inhale here. And on your exhale, take half chair. So try to put your boobs on your thighs or your chest on your thighs. Reach forward, lift your hands up a little bit more. Activate those muscles behind the shoulder blades. Take an inhale here, and exhale, forward fold. Shake your legs out. Shake your head out. Nice. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, step back, high plank to low plank. All in one exhale if you can. Breath in for your back bend. Exhale for downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right leg behind you. Exhale, high lunge. Step behind your right wrist. Let's keep that left heel lifted. Inhale, lift up. So we're not going to do any warrior ones today, just high lunges. So notice this, okay? Try not to dump a whole bunch here. Nice and strong, square up your hips. Let's rock that left knee 3 times. Bend your knee and straighten. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Open up to warrior 2. So heel toe that foot, the right foot, to the middle of the mat. Fire up your fingers, and then press down like you have a big stack of boxes. And then fire up your right glute, which will activate your outer thigh and pull that knee open. Yeah, and you're stacked here. Ears, shoulders, hips. Gaze is over your right middle finger. Flip your right palm. Reach straight up first. Straight up, not back yet. So reach straight up and then back. So you've created some space on your left side of your body. Take an inhale, rotate your rib cage back a little. And on your exhale, plant your hands on the mat. Step back. You can take a vinyasa. You can take an ekapada, chaturanga. Inhale. And exhale, breathe. And you can always skip those, as I said, and just go directly to down. Nice. One more inhale. Nice big exhale through the mouth. Yeah. Just use these times in down dog to kind of reset. Maybe close your eyes. Right? Trying to refocus on your practice on this time that's just for you. Inhale, float your left leg up. Nice. Exhale, step through. High lunge. Keep the right heel lifted. Inhale. So it doesn't matter, as you can probably figure out, I have a messed up arm and shoulder and back. Doesn't matter what you look like on your mat. Sorry. It's how you feel and how much you rely on your body to tell you what you need. Right, so let's cactus. Bend the right knee. Come on up. Inhale as you sink. Exhale as you lift. One more time. Inhale, hover that knee. Exhale, open up to warrior 2. Heel toe that left foot to the middle of the mat. Sink nice and deep. Your gaze is over that left middle finger, but don't forget you have a right hand here. Fire up your fingers because you're a superhero, so you gotta send sparks out your fingers. Breathe. Fire up the triceps, pull the shoulder blades, and open up the chest. Flip your palm, reach straight up. And then maybe back, take an inhale here, exhale, hands to the mat. Chaturanga, vinyasa, half vinyasa, or just down dog. So we're going to go through that same series again. Okay, breath to movement. All right, let's do it. Lift your heels, take a big inhale. Grab that mat, finish your exhale, step or hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Inhale, chair pose. Beautiful. Exhale, half chair. Let's go back into chair. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Step or hop. Lower down. Choose your back bend. Downward facing dog. Right away. Float your right leg behind you. Let's add a knee to nose here so we can get some core work in. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, high lunge. Inhale, so you take up more space on your mat in high lunge than you do in a warrior one. It's different. Inhale, lift up. Just one time, bend the knee, cactus the arms, open the chest. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, warrior two. Flip that front palm, reach up and back. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga, or just downward facing dog. Breathe in that nice air. It is so good for your body. We need that oxygen to feed our muscles. Inhale, float your left leg. Exhale, pull the knee in, shift forward, shoulders over your wrists. Inhale, lengthen back. Exhale, high lunge. So much quieter here than it was last practice. Breathe here. Drop your right knee, cactus your arms, inhale. Exhale, lift up. Open up to warrior two. Find that warrior two stance, nice and big and strong. Flip your palm, reach straight up on your inhale. Back, breathe. And then hands to the mat. Make your way to down dog through any path. Nice. Perfect. You guys are perfect. Yeah. You do not need to be able to do crazy things with your body to practice yoga. And I would argue it's even more important. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Land lightly, not like an elephant. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Take your feet wider. Take your peace sign fingers. You're going to put them between your big toe and your second toe on each hand. So your palms are facing each other. You're going to grab your toes. Inhale, lengthen. So just get a little length. Wiggle out of that low back like you're trying to pull the crown of the head forward. Then soften your knees, take your elbows out, pull on those toes. Breathe, shake out your head. Maybe move a little side to side. Pull that low belly underneath your belly button. Pull it up and in. Awesome. One more inhale. Relax your shoulders and fold on your exhale. Release your toes. Heel toe your feet back together. Excellent. Inhale, chair pose. Let's twist. Bring your palms together. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. So take that left elbow across the right knee. Okay? If you need to, you can put it in the middle. But use the elbow and use your hands to really open up. Square up your hips. Nice. Take an inhale, look over the right shoulder. And then exhale, forward fold. Perfect. Let's do that on the other side. Halfway lift. And bow. Chair pose, inhale, palms together. Try to find some length from your hips to your armpits. So inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Pull your right knee back, pull your left shoulder back. Press into your hands actively. Lengthen and then deepen. One more inhale. Exhale, release and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back. High plank, hold here. Breathe. Forearm plank. Let's tap our knees down for 10 and 9. Upper body doesn't move. 8. Your fingers are relaxed. 7. Your jaws relaxed. 6. Exhale and inhale. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold your forearm plank for 5, 4. Press into the mat. I don't want to see your shoulder blades here. 3, 2, Sphinx pose again. Yeah. You move a little side to side. Press your toes down. Pull your elbows toward you. Right ear to right shoulder. And left ear to left shoulder. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Chin to chest. And then look up. Excellent. Take either cobra or up dog. I'm going to take cobra. Breathe. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right leg up and back behind you. Let's take that knee in again, or you can skip this. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, high lunge. Inhale, float up. Bring your hands to prayer. Use your strong core as you lean forward, left hand down, right hand up for easy twist. Keep the right knee pulled in, but yet at the same time, don't dump your ribs over to that right inner thigh. Nice. Reach the palm up and over. Keep this left palm active, pushing to the left to deepen your twist even more as you reach. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, look down and touch down. Come up into a high lunge again. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Heel toe that foot to the middle of the mat. The outer edge of your left foot is parallel to the short end of the mat. Flip your palm, reverse. And then take side angle pose. So your forearm, just keep it right there on your thigh, reach up and over. And then lengthen on your inhale. Let's move back into reverse warrior. We're going to flow. Warrior two. We're going to flow. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, press down. Side angle pose, moving with breath. Reverse warrior. Warrior two, exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, press down. One more time. Side angle on your inhale. Reverse warrior on your exhale. Warrior two, inhale. Palms over your head. And exhale, press down. Nice. Straighten both legs. Turn both toes toward the long end of the mat. So some people like to pigeon toe here. I don't. I just take my feet forward. Hands to your hips. Inhale, press your hips. Exhale, softly forward fold. Not too wide, not too narrow. This is a good time if you need to grab your stack of books or your step stool or your box. You can put your hands there. Breathe. Take your hands under your face, do a little halfway lift so the crown of your head reaches toward the long side of the mat. And then take your left hand down and pick your right hand up and look at it. But think length here. And then switch. Inhale. And let's switch again. Look up, working on mobility in your upper back and your neck. One more time. Inhale. Nice. And exhale. Put your hands to your hips with your elbows pointed to the ceiling. Strong core here. Inhale, use your glutes. Come straight up to standing and step to the top of the mat. Nice job. All right, let's do that again. Let's start with chair. Chair pose. Inhale. Let's go back to that half chair. Maybe you lift your heels for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Put your heels down, forward fold. Nice job. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga if you would like. Take that vinyasa. Or again, feel free to skip any or all of these. They're just little reset buttons for your brain and your body. All right, inhale, float your left leg up and back behind you. Exhale, step through, high lunge. Nice. Perfect. Really strong here in your high lunge. See if you can stack your heel right over your toe. Bring your palms together. Inhale, lean forward. And then exhale, take your right hand down and your left hand up for your easy twist. It's not always so easy. If you have that stack of books or a box and you need to put it under your hand, or if you have a block, please use that. Blocks, I think, are awesome. So turn your palm forward, reach forward, but you're still keeping the twist. Use your right hand to push over to the right to help you keep your twist. And don't forget about your right leg either. Breath in. Exhale, look down, touch down, come up into high lunge. So I'm going to be facing away from you guys. And then open up to warrior two. So sometimes if you're facing away from the computer, you can just listen to my cues and practice staying present and not anticipating. Flip your left palm. Reverse. Nice. Back to warrior two through to side angle pose. Rotate your right rib cage back. Lean back a little bit. So I should be able to make a little sandwich out of you in your side angle pose. And you would hardly make any indentations in the bread because you're kind of all in one plane. Nice, so let's move through here again. So back to warrior two. Nice. And then straighten your left leg, palms together. Up over your head, exhale, warrior two. Reverse on your inhale. Side angle, reach forward, get really long. Nice, back to warrior two. With your breath, inhale, straighten. Exhale, sink. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. One more time, warrior two. Breath in, straighten, look up. Exhale, your gaze, your drishti is over your left middle finger. Nice. Inhale, reach up, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. I think that was close to the same. All right, inhale, warrior two. So what we're going to do here, we're going to straighten both legs, but instead of, and I'm going to turn around and face you guys, but you guys don't need to turn around. Instead of doing our forward fold, let's point the toes to the corners of the mat, and then sink down into goddess pose. So, or some people call this horse pose. So you don't want to look like this, and you don't want to look like this, because that's bar class. That's another format. So squeeze your butt, lengthen. If you feel yourself leaning forward, it's because you're not using your strong glute muscles. So use those muscles. Bring your hands to prayer. Nice. Relax your toes. Strong glutes, strong legs. If you need to stand up and shake out, you can do that. Let's take the left arm, place it to the inner left knee, push it open, and then open up. Now, if you have been practicing and you want to try and take a bind here, feel free. Otherwise, don't do it. Not worth it. And then switch. Open up. Breathe. Nice. Come back through center. Lift your hands up and hold for 5. Sink a little deeper for 4. For 3. For 2. One more inch. We're in this together. We've got this. Maybe lift one heel. Maybe lift the other for 5, 4, 3, 2. Palms together. Stand up. Turn your toes forward and forward fold. Hang out here. In fact, do a few little side-to-side lunges here. Perfect. Nice. Perfect. Okay, go ahead and put your hands to your hips with your elbows facing the ceiling. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. And exhale, step. You can hop too. A lot of people do that to the top of the mat. Checking the time. Nice. Perfect. All right, let's do one more flow. Let's find our way into chair pose again. So inhale, reach up. Let's take an open arm twist to the right. Look back at your right hand, pull your right hip forward. Inhale through center. Open arm twist to the left. Pull your left hip forward, look at that left hand. Inhale through center. One more time, exhale. Vinyasa flow means matching breath to movement. And that's what we're doing here. Inhale and exhale. One more time, each side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead and stand up. Take your hands behind you. Now, if you have tight shoulders, grab a towel. Pause, go get a towel or a strap or the belt of a robe or something. Take it behind your back. Otherwise, clasp your hands and kind of roll the shoulders back and down. Take your feet hip width apart. Inhale, lean, shift forward, but lift your sternum so you're not dumping into your low back. And then soften your knees a lot as you forward fold here. Just relax. Maybe shift side to side. Stretch those shoulders. Not overstretch. If your muscles start to shake in a stretch, that's not a good thing. Nice. Put your hands to your low back and release. So if they do start to shake, back off of your stretch a little bit. Nice. Bring your big toes to touch. Drop your hips. Chair pose on your inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step. Maybe you hop back to chaturanga. exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Take about 4 or 5 breaths here in down dog. Kind of do a reset here. Again, remind yourself why you came today. Remind yourself what you need. And don't be afraid to use this time to be a little selfish, to care for yourself. Because most of the time we end up caring more for others and we kind of forget about ourselves. It's really important. You've got to fill up the cup. Nice. Take an inhale, shift forward, and lower all the way down to your belly. Nice. So flip your toes, push your toes down. Take your hands behind you and either clasp them or just wing them out like jet plane wings. And then lengthen here. This is one of my least favorite poses, which is why I need to do it. Inhale, lift. See if you can lift your toes. Push your belly into the mat. Lengthen your neck. Lift your hands. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Activate your back. And then gently release. Bring your hands forward. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and let it go. Take one cheek to the mat. Bend your knees. Side to side. Nice. Flip your other cheek to the mat. Just rest. Reconnect with your breath. Slow it down. Control it. Awesome. Take a back bend. Cobra. Sphinx. Up dog. Inhale. And exhale. Downward facing dog. Breath in. And as you exhale, press your chest a little closer to your thighs. All right, one more little flow, you guys. Inhale, float your right leg. If you can, take your right knee to your left arm on your exhale. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale directly into warrior 2. So you're going to step between your hands to the center of the mat. Ground your heel down. Now you're automatically set up for your warrior 2. Reverse, take a big inhale. Take it to side angle, but this time let's just take that left hand straight up. And then what you're going to do here, pardon me, is straighten your front leg. You can heel toe your foot in a little bit. Take your whole upper body, your torso, lean it back. I don't care where your hand is. If you have a block, put it there. Otherwise, just on your shin, just don't press on your kneecap. And then lengthen the crown of your head forward. And reach your hand up for Trikonasana. So we're just going to work a little transverse here. So take an inhale, lengthen. On your exhale, just rotate down and tap. And then inhale, open up. 2 more times. Rotation in your torso. 1 more time. Look as you move. Nice. Reverse triangles. Keep that right leg straight. Reach it up and back. Nice. Back into warrior 2. Now listen closely. You're going to put your hands on your hips. I want you just to rotate your hips and lift this left heel. Okay, so you're in your high lunge. And then step forward into tree pose. So for tree, you really want to ground your base foot a lot. Spread your toes wide. You can hold your foot here. You can push your foot into your inner thigh. You can also, if you're lacking in balance like me, you can put your foot here or here. So find your tree. And take your arms where you want to take your arms. It's a lot easier to balance when you're relaxed. So try to relax. 1 more inhale. Exhale, palms together. And take your left foot down. Nice chair pose. Last chair. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half. Exhale, chaturanga. Take a vinyasa if you'd like, or just step back to down dog. All right, take your left leg up on your inhale. Let's take the left knee to the right arm on your exhale. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step between your hands to the middle of the mat. Ground your right heel down. Warrior 2. Nice. Inhale, reverse. Keep that left knee nice and bent and strong. Nice. Back to warrior two. And then straighten your front leg. Actually, we didn't do it that way. Put your forearm to your knee, find your side angle pose. Nice. And then take your hands straight up, straighten your front leg. I know that was different than the other side, but we're getting to the same pose. Straighten your front leg. Heel toe your foot in a little if you need to. Use your block if you have one. And then pull your shoulders back. Take the crown of the head forward and breathe. Kind of rotate again the right rib cage back without pulling the low ribs out. Pull the low ribs in. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, reverse triangle. Nice, big breath here. Awesome. Tee out your arms, take your hands to your hips. Rotate to the top of the mat, pick up your right heel. Find a drishti, a focal point that's right in front of you, and then step into tree pose on this side. And then take your tree wherever you would like, and hold this for 5 breaths. Inhale, grow an inch out of your roots, and then exhale, palms together, step together. Nice job. All right, let's do some yin poses, some stretching. You can take a vinyasa and go straight there, or you can come into downward facing dog. So take your right leg up and back behind you in down dog, and take your right knee behind your right wrist. So this is half pigeon. Okay, so if anyone, so this whole thing with the shin parallel to the top of the mat is a fallacy. Please don't try to force your body there unless you're double jointed. You just want your right knee flush with the right side of the mat, so the femur bone is sticking out to the right. You want your hips to be square. You want that leg to be long. And you're going to come down. You can stack your fists. You can put your forehead on your hands. But just make sure that your hips stay square. So if you had a headlight on each of your hips, they would be pointing straight down. Now, if this pose doesn't work for you, you can also put a towel, a rolled up towel, or a block underneath your right glute. So hang out here if you're in half pigeon. Options for half pigeon. Seated. But that can be tough too. On your back. This is supine figure 4. And this is supine pigeon. So find a shape that works for your body and breathe. And when your mind starts to wander too far away from the mat, acknowledge that. Come back to your breath. About 5 more breaths here. Try to hang out. Sometimes in these poses, if it becomes more uncomfortable, that's because your muscles have kind of relaxed and you're getting into your connective tissue, to your fascia. Just breathe through it. You can do it. Nice. So go ahead and take your hands underneath your shoulders, press your chest up, curl your toes, lift your knee up. Yeah, nice and strong. Now what I'm going to have you do is press into your hands and keep your front leg like this. So ready? Lift up. Lift your leg and hold in 5, 4, 3, 2, downward facing dog, and then shake off that half pigeon on that side. Do some hip circles. Breathe, pedal it out. You're perfect. So inhale, come forward to plank. Yeah, and then put your knees down, come all the way down onto your belly. Take your forehead to the back of your left hand, bend your right knee, and pull your heel towards your glute. Stretch your quad. If this is not enough for you, you can pick your pick your chest up off the mat, but watch your knees. Be really careful with your knees. And then gently, without snapping, release and come into downward facing dog. Inhale, let's exhale through the mouth. Yeah, put your left leg up and back. And then bring your left knee behind your left wrist, just like that. Yeah. Then Jojasana, that's a technical term. Square your hips. Find what's comfortable. Get that towel if you need a towel, a block, or do one of the other options, supine figure 4, seated figure 4. Square up the hips, settle in. And also, if this bothers your kneecap, you can double up your mat here or put a towel. So let's breathe. About 3 or 4 more breaths, and take some time. Do a little body scan. Notice if you're clutching at all. If your shoulders are a little tight. If you're not totally relaxed. So take your breath to some of those areas and just kind of get a little heavier. Yeah. 1 more, 2 more breaths. Nice. All right, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Yeah, curl your toes, lift that knee up. Get ready for just a little bit of core work. Press into your hands and your knees. Lift your leg up for 5, 4, 3, 2, downward facing dog. Shake out that leg any way you need to. If you keep your hips mobile and flexible and strong, it reduces the chance of you having lumbar spine problems. Yeah, so this is all good, right? All right, so go ahead and come forward to plank again. Lower down to your belly. Take your right hand in front of you, grab the top of your left foot. Pull in. And I probably should have said this on the other side. If that is uncomfortable for your knee, you can come up on your side. Sometimes that will give you some relief. You can also come down here on your side. Just trying to stretch the front of the thigh. Nice, gently release. Excellent. And then make your way back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Yeah. And then go ahead and put your knees on the mat. Have a seat on the mat. Take the soles of your feet together. You can face this way or you can face the top of the mat. Bring your heels toward your body. Take your thumbs to the to the soles of your foot and open up your foot. So look what happens when you open up your feet like that. It just helps that external rotation in your thigh bones, and in your hips. So that helps. So you're going to take an inhale and grow as long as you possibly can out of those sit bones. And then the idea is not to get your forehead down to your toes. The idea is to get your low belly to your ankles or to your heels. So you're not going to round. You're just going to pull forward. Nice. So I thought it was really interesting. My daughter works for a yoga studio in the Upper West Side of New York City, and they went all online, like a lot of yoga studios are doing. And she noticed that a lot of the people who had never been to some of the upper level classes, and even the upper level classes there are very, very modifiable. So go ahead and come on up. Take your heels out, so now you have this big diamond here. And now it's safer to round our spine. So let's start with reaching under, grabbing your shins, and then leaning back, rounding your spine and pulling. But anyway, she noticed that a lot of people who would never have taken upper level classes, which again are very accessible, started taking them. So just know that, go ahead and release and just roll. Now feel free to round as much as you need to. Relax your head. So know that it doesn't really matter what you can and can't do on your mat. It's coming to the mat and challenging yourself. So try never to let the mat intimidate you or your teacher intimidate you. You're just there to move and breathe and give your body some love. It doesn't really matter what you look like or what level you are. So you belong. You do. You belong. All right. Okay, enough of that. Bring your knees in. Perfect. Come on up. Actually, don't come up. Just come all the way down to your back. And all the way down. Bring the knees into the chest. Try to keep your spine nice and long. Make some circles. A couple one direction and a couple the other. Nice. Then take your, just take your feet to tabletop here so that your thigh bones come straight out. And then drop your knees to the left. So you can take your hands out. You can cactus your arms. You can take both hands to one side. So either looking straight up or to the right. As you inhale, begin to bring your awareness to your hips and your shoulders. Let them go. Start to slow your breath a little. Start to relax the muscles in your torso, front and back. And then go ahead and bring your knees back up, coming back into your table, and the knees to the right. Look to the left or straight up, whatever works for your neck. Soften as you inhale. Relax as you exhale. Let your hands kind of curl up. Let the muscles in the bottoms of your feet relax. Start to release control over your breath. And start to relax the muscles in your face. Nice. Go ahead and bring your knees straight up. Pull them in. Breathe. Take a soft inhale. And on your exhale, gently bring your forehead to your knees. And then completely release. So I'm going to wait here for 4 or 5 minutes. If you want to be guided out of Shavasana, stay with me. If you don't, pause the video and or stop the video and just stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. Just make sure when you are here, pull your shoulders together, palms up or down. Let your feet relax. Try to get really heavy. This is your safe space to let go and to absorb all the gifts of your yoga practice. staying perfectly still, begin to bring your awareness back to your physical body. Deepen your breath. Begin to reawaken that body, moving your fingers and your toes, your wrists and your ankles. Start to move into the arms and legs. Take your time. You do not have to be guided out by me. You can stop and be still for longer. Shavasana is so important. You can reach over your head and give your body a nice big stretch. And then come to seated. Take your time. Live. Live. All right. When you are seated, sit nice and tall. Take a moment to acknowledge that yoga is not easy. That taking an hour for yourself, even right now, is not easy. And remember that when we come back into what will be a new world, don't be afraid to show up to a yoga class, no matter what level. Okay? Because whether you can put your foot behind your head or you can't even touch your foot, you belong here as a yoga community. So sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands together with your thumbs at your heart. Namaste.